Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy drugstore December to you. If you are new to my channel, or this is the first year that you have found me, first want to say welcome to you if I haven't welcomed you already. And I dedicate this entire month at the end of the year solely to drugstore makeup. And I try to do more videos than most. Like typically I'm producing maybe 2 videos a week. Usually I'm going to try to do 3 videos a week this year, maybe 4. I have done in the past 5 videos a week for the whole month of December, but that I don't know if I can maintain that schedule this year. I'm going to be realistic with myself, so I'm going to say between 3 or 4 a week, but I'll be seeing you more often, and I have a lot of great ideas for content for this month, including today's video, which is something I've never done before, so I'm stepping outside my comfort zone. I wanted to choose 10 products that I would like to use up, or at least hit pan on in 2022. So I'd like to do like maybe a 6-month update with you in 2022 on these products, and then do an end of the year at 2022 and see where we're at. But this is going to be challenging. And if you want to join me on this challenge, feel free. But let me share with you the 10 that I have picked out. I'll start with some easy stuff because I feel like these 2 products are going to be the easiest to use up. I mean, come on, they're face products. The first one being the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is a very lightweight moisturizer-like foundation, almost like a BB cream, but I mean, it's gorgeous on the skin. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it a lot more lately, and so that's why I'm adding it to this list. It shouldn't be a hard one to use up because, yeah, it is a complexion product. The other one is from NYX, and that's the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. That's another one that I really have loved, but it always gets pushed to the back of my drawer, and I'm not using it as much as I would like to. And while we're speaking of that, you know what? I'm going to add another face product in here because I know I'm going to go through the Wet n Wild one pretty quickly. This is the other one that's been pushed to the back of my drawer a lot, and that's the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. Very similar to the Wet n Wild one and the NYX one I just talked about. It's very lightweight on the skin, looks like a moisturizer, just a little bit of tint added in, and I really love this too. One that I would like to use up. So those 3 are going to be the ones that I'm going to be using the most in 2022. So if you're wondering what's on my face, it's going to be one of those 3. And by the way, since we're on this topic, I have used up one of these already. The Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, went right through it. Got another tube. Absolutely love this stuff. That is my high-end, if you will, favorite that I cannot be without. One of the powders that I'm very happy to say that I have officially like almost used up. I know people who do Project Pan are not going to be too happy with me saying I've used this one up, but I feel like I'm getting pretty close to it. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte Powder. I mean, look at that. That's pretty awesome. It's almost gone. I know I have a little work to do on it, but hey, it's like, yeah, diminishing quite quickly there. So the next one that I want to work on in 2022 is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder, which is starting to have a little bit of a dent in it. Like if I look at it like this, I can see a dent forming in it. So it's, yeah, I think that one should be easy to pan by the end of 2022. These next ones, yeah, I don't know if I'll use them up, but we're going to try to at least put a dent in them and possibly hit pan. That is the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Truffles. I love this one. This is probably my most favorite out of all the Bite Size palettes, simply because the shades are so neutral and they're easy to mix in with so many different eyeshadows. And I find myself quite often using these 2. Sometimes I'll use the black as a liner. This one I'll have to incorporate more into looks because I don't use it that often, but I really do love these 3 shades in this palette. And I like that it's so easy to just stick in my drawer and it doesn't take up much space. So I'm going to have to keep all these products very close to me in my makeup drawer. The other eyeshadow palette that I wanted to try to use up a little bit more is from Wet n Wild, and that's the Rosé in the Air. Do you remember this one? I haven't pulled this one out in so long. That was the other reason why I wanted to use it, was because I haven't used it in so long. So many beautiful shades in there. And I like that it's not too warm because I'm not really into warm eyeshadows at the moment. And there are some cooler tones in there. There are some warm shades in here, but there's some cool ones too that you could create a lot of great looks with. So I'm going to add that to my list. This next one is one that I love, but again, gets pushed to the back of my drawer. I never use it. And this is the Pixi by Petra Under Eye Corrector. It's the one in Brightening Peach. It is completely full. I've used it a few times. I love this stuff, but yeah, we're going to use that up by the end of the year. I'm going to say it right here, right now. Now, I'm constantly using up brow pencils. I feel like I go through my brow pencils quite a lot, but I don't go through the gels and the powders as much as I would like to. So I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I mean, let's be real here. So I chose my Amuse eyebrow powder. This is the one that I got from Shop Miss A for $1. I do not know the shade name of this. There's no number associated with it. It's the lightest shade that Shop Miss A offers on their website. And again, this is from Amuse Cosmetics. I'm starting to make a little bit of a dent in it, but this stuff is so pigmented and you don't need much when you're using it. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get with it. But we're going to try. We're going to see how far we go. For the cheeks, I chose to go with a cream blush that I would like to use up. And that's the one from L'Oreal. This is the Sexy Flush Longwear Shaping Stick. And that is how much product is left in there. So I've got a good start on it. And I did not choose a powder blush for this project because I'm finding it hard to use up my powder blushes because mine... You don't need much of them when you're applying them. And so the ones I have that I have actually been using a lot of lately barely have a dent in them. So I think this will be a little bit easier to use up. And I really love this one. Again, it's one that gets neglected quite often. So that's why I chose that. For the lipstick, I want to use this one up more because it's a really great shade. And this is from NYX. It's one of the butter lipsticks in the shade Boardwalk. Really easy one to incorporate into a lot of different looks. I have a pretty good start going on this one too. And I'll swatch it so you can see the true color of it. It's a neutral pink. See, that's nice. And it goes really nice with my coloring too. So that was it. I know this video is probably going to be really short. So if you're curious about what's on my eyes today, isn't that beautiful? I love it. I used the Cotton Candy Clouds palette from Wet n Wild again here for this look. And I'm starting to like it a little more. I mean, I was a little on the fence with it the first time I reviewed it, and I gave it a pretty good review. I forgot to mention that it has a scent, by the way. I don't really care for that. It's like a sweet cotton candy kind of scent, and it's kind of like gagging. I don't like that part of it. But anyway, on my eyes today, I used that pink shade up there. On the inner half, I used this on the outer half into the outer V, and then I used a mixture of these two neutrals to blend that up into the crease. And it's a really pretty look. That pretty much has been the eyeshadows that I have been using from this palette. I don't really care for the glitters down the center. They're just, I'm looking at using this one next because that's a really pretty shade. This is probably going to be a palette that I'll be using a lot more in 2022 too. Hopefully, I'm going to try to keep it right here. If things gravitate away from my makeup table, I just don't use them, but it's hard to keep everything here. If you'd like to join me on this challenge, feel free. Let me know your 10 products below that you would like to use up or hit pan on in 2022. And let's do this together. I think it'd be really fun to take on this challenge. And I might do an update in 3 months, 6 months. I don't know. Maybe 3 months would be better. Like do it every 3 months and just show you the progress of it. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm really excited to see how far I can get with these, and really excited for Drugstore December too. So I hope to see you again very soon and get the videos out on time, hopefully. Thank you for your grace and for your support nonetheless. I appreciate you being here, for taking the time to watch, and I want to wish you a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.